Hello, welcome back. I hope you are doing good. You keep windsurfing. So today we are going to see not any freestyle tutorial, just a simple 5 mistakes that the most of the windsurfers are making. Usually on every level, like from beginners to advanced. So the first that we are going to start is the equipment. Many people choose the wrong equipment to go in the water. So make sure before you go in the water that you choose the right one, even with advice of some friend who knows better, or then you might need some professional to give you the advice. Now the next thing we're gonna see is how we carry the equipment. Really important, and so you don't crash before you go in the water. The wind direction, as you see, is going like that. I put the board on upwind side, the sail on downwind, and I just lift it and I can easily walk ahead. Yeah. So now we move to the second crucial mistake, the harness lines. Yeah, still equipment, but I put it separately because I find it really important. How you set them up from the boom to boom head to the clue. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. The most of the people, they just set up the harness line, so when they lift up the sail, it just goes up all together. Yeah, like if I will have the harness line somewhere here and I will try to lift it, you see that the clue stays down, and right on this point the sail just comes up. Is the pressure point of the sail basically. Now the length, as you see, I have quite long harness line, and the distance between the first and the second strap is quite short. It's actually completely next to each other. Why you do that? I find it so much easier when I'm on the board. That I really can control the sail. That's the reason why I have the straps very close to each other. I can really move it in any direction that I want. And the length, I have it like that because I can really stay relaxed on the board and the mast still upright, so I can keep landing all the time. Also about harness lines, yeah. It's very common on harness lines that I see people using the harness lines in a really wide stance. Like if I move it more here and here. This doesn't bring you anything, yeah? You have no maneuverability in the sail, and as you see, look how this harness line is working. It should not work like this, yeah? So then you have no maneuverability, so you just keep it close and you sail much better and much more relaxed. Okay. Another thing, it usually comes from wrong settings of harness line. It's our hands and our arms, like the position on the boom. Many people have it too far in front and the back end is very close to the harness line. Yeah, that we need to fix it. We don't need to keep the boom really close to the mast, just a little bit more far out, so also my body stays away from the sail and we are not blocking the sail to get the wind. Also, with the arms, it's another mistake that people bend the front arm and the sail is not upright anymore. It starts leaning more to the back. So I need to extend it and I keep the mast upright. Basically with the front hand I can really control the mast. So you need it upright, you have it extended, and then with the back end you control the pressure on the sail. Yeah, if you want more power, you just close it, you get more speed, but you keep the front hand open. If you bend both arms, it doesn't basically gives you the max speed that you want. The front arm should be extended, pressing a little bit down to the board to keep the mast upright and vertical, and the back end just controls the pressure on the sail. If I pull it, I will get more speed. And it just keep looking ahead. And I can see that my mast is still on the same position. Another common mistake, we have it on Footstraps. Yeah, again, wrong equipment. As you see, for example, on this board it's Magic Ride 119. It's a free ride board from JP. As you see, we have 3 sets of holes. Yeah, the first one, the second one, the third one. Obviously the first one is easier to go in the straps, but I have less control of the board. The more outside I put it, the more control I have on the board. Like it's easier to go up in to carve the board. So if I keep it more inside, for beginners is the best. Yeah, but a very common mistake, as you see also on this board, we have the first holes, but there is no Footstrap. Yeah, it's on the second one. The same is here, of course, but on the back we have again 1 set, 2 sets, 3, the third set as well here, but we still have the Footstrap on the first set. This is wrong. First of all, you are not as you have to be on the board. The distance between your feet is very, very narrow, and that doesn't allow you to do whatever you want with that. And if I will use this board, I'll move this Footstrap here, and I will just add one more on the second section as well. And after we saw this thing with Footstrap, now we can move to the legs. Yeah, the mistake that we usually see is also with wrong settings on Footstrap, but the most common mistake that people bend the front leg. They bring their body away from the board. They bend also the back leg. So this position doesn't look good. The position that you need to have also better riding and more relaxed and more speed as well, more performance, you just extend the front leg, you bend the back one, you open the front hand as we said before, and you're just looking where you're going. The front leg should be extended. It's very common mistake. I see a lot of people just that they just put their feet slightly into the Footstrap, and then it's very hard for them to go in and out. So for the most of the free riders, yeah, it will be hard to get it to the jab like that because they cannot get the foot out of it. Yeah, they cannot get the speed that they want on for the Footstrap. The perfect position is that you put your foot in, at least the half of your foot is inside, is in the Footstrap, so you can carve the board. As you see, like now I can carve it with my toes or my heels. Yeah, and that I also can take it out anytime that I want. I'm not afraid of crashing, because if I crash and I want to take my foot out, I can do it. For example, on this Footstrap, now it's stuck, I cannot take it off. It takes some seconds to do it. And here on the good one, as you see, I can even twist my foot inside. Still a good size. It's high one, but I can do whatever I want. And that also helps me to avoid injuries. So these are the most common mistakes that I see to many people, many students, or many people that I just see on the water. I hope you agree with what I said, and if you don't, just try this to see if you can, if you sail better like that. But don't just try it for 10 minutes and then you say, okay, that doesn't work. Just try it for an hour to see if it works better. And if you have some other questions, just in the comments below, ask me whatever you want, and we can be back for another tutorial. Thank you, and have fun on the water.